How you been?
Good. Yourself?
Good. Very good. DanBixel with Marathon Petroleum. Like we talked on the phone, just kind of talking about our crispy country program today.
Yep.
Did you have 15 minutes still to talk?
I did.
Perfect. Alrighty. So before we get started, I just wanted to, how's business going in general?
It's going pretty well.
Good.
Yeah, all things considered. The new programs that they're working, they're a little slower than what I expected, but they are increasing our revenue, which is good.
A little slower than expected. Getting ready for Halloween?
Yeah.
Very cool. A lot of Halloween candy stocking up the shelves, or?
Decent amount. I guess the big stores been into that stuff though.
That's fair. You gotta get them Halloween night. I'm sure they're probably busier then.
Yeah.
Well, I hope so at least.
Yeah.
Very cool. But, so today I just wanted to, like I said, introduce the Crispy Country program, see if it's a fit for you, and maybe walk you through maybe a taste test later down the road. Maybe schedule some of that if it's something you're interested in. Does that sound like something you might be interested in?
The taste test?
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay, great. So possibly interested in a taste test. Great. So, if Marathon could provide you with a new food service option that could increase your net income by about 50 grand annually, is that something you'd be interested in hearing more about?
Yeah, absolutely.
Perfect. Well, that's why I'm here today. So, the program, like I said, was called Crispy Crunchy Chicken, and here's just a little portfolio for you to look at. I won't bore you with the details, and that's something you can peruse at your leisure. I just wanted to highlight it at kind of a top-level view. But I know you said the business was going pretty well, a little slower than expected on some of those new improvements. But how have those been going? Like you said, a little bit lower than expected, but overall, how's the store operating?
I mean, guest sales are strong. The new walk-in cooler increased my beer sales a little bit. The new coffee bar increased the sales, but I was hoping to recoup that investment in about 6 months, but it's looking to be more probably like 2 years when I actually recoup that investment.
2 years?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a little bit longer than what we were expecting.
That's completely understandable. So, what is your customer base like? If you could generalize it, I know probably have a motley crew coming in, but
Really anyone that drives.
anyone that drives.
Depends on the time of day. Construction workers in the morning and everyone in the afternoon, really.
That's fair. So I know you mentioned, over the phone, and you did some research on your own about incorporating a food service option into your C-store. What are some options you're looking at right now?
Got a couple different pizza options that I've been evaluating. Papa John's Pizza, Papa John's, Little Caesar, they all have really good offerings that I think I'm going to install to really help get the higher profitable items inside my store.
That's fair. So what about those pizza options gets you really excited about implementing them?
And everybody loves pizza.
Everybody loves pizza, that's fair.
Yeah. So I mean, the cost is about $15,000 for a pizza oven. You get 7 free cases with a couple of the programs, no royalty fees, so it's a pretty lucrative offering to install. And they have breakfast pizza, so it's always good to have a breakfast offering for customers.
That's fair. And is that Hunt Brothers, Caesars, all across the line, they're kind of offering a similar deal?
Papa John's, Little Caesar's a little bit more expensive, but
Okay.
I'm looking towards Hunt Brothers specifically.
Okay. And it kind of has that no royalty fee, that, free 7 cases, 15 grand for the kitchen installment, right?
Correct.
All right. And would you have to hire someone to kind of prepare those pizzas, or would that just be incorporated into your current employee base?
Depends on the time of day. I think I'll have to bring in a third person during peak hours, so that's kind of expected with that program, but hopefully there's enough income to offset that third person during peak hours.
That's fair. Definitely the hope. Are you looking into having it maybe a 24-hour operation to kind of capture some of the college students around Findlay, or?
I don't really want to work 24 hours a day.
That's
so no.
completely fair.
Yeah.
So I understand we just finished up with some of those investments, the ATM machine, you said the coffee bar, you said the walk-in freezer with some of that more craft beers. But I believe this product right here, instead of maybe that Hunt Brothers or the Little Caesars, might be a better option for you. It sounds like you said you have a, big assortment of people coming in. And you said it's 15 grand for the kitchen, free 7 cases, no royalty fee. But I think this might be a more complete service offering than maybe that pizza service could offer. As we kind of look through that pamphlet, I'd like to highlight a couple of the items that they have. So if you look on, page kind of looks like this. We have a couple different options here. So not only do we just have the wings and, chicken tenders like you'd expect on a regular, chicken place, we have the chicken sandwiches, as well as some of the other options. So we have dipping sauces, and if you go to the next page here, there's also some side dishes. So for the vegetarians in the room, we have other options. So mashed potatoes, biscuits, French fries, and we also have fish options. So instead of just having pizza, which everyone does love pizza, but I think this might be a more complete offering. And I know you mentioned breakfast. If we go to the next page, right there, so we have different breakfast sandwiches to kind of complete that offering that you said you would have got with the pizza option. How does that sound so far? I know, kind of, how do you think that might work in your store?
I like the food offerings. I don't know though, I'm not a big fan of grease.
That's fair.
It's gonna make my store smell like grease all the time.
So I would say that necessarily grease is probably, a negative thing, and I recognize that. But I think that, with the proper implementation, you will get the kitchen, you will get the grease traps and everything that you would need to properly operate it. So I don't foresee your store smelling like a grease trap, because I feel as though I kind of hurt the needle a little bit. So, and similar to the pizza operation, you would have to, have that extra employee. But a nice bonus is that you get online training free with the Crunchy Kitchen option.
Okay.
Did you have any other, concerns about it? I know you mentioned the grease, which is understandable. But
I mean, there's probably a lot more waste with this amount of food offerings, isn't there? I mean, the pizza is kind of easy to dispose of. I don't know about having, am I going to have to get an extra dumpster to dispose of all this waste as I'm producing this amount of food?
Yeah, so the things like waste and shrinkage and stuff like that's going to happen with all food places. Like you said, pizza is relatively quick disposal. But actually on our little portfolio here, we turn a couple pages back, a couple pages forward rather, so page 19, excellent. So if we look, our shrinkage is going to be approximately 7% of your food sales, so we're looking at about $1,400 monthly. But you're going to recoup that cost with, I think, the higher income that you'll be getting from the various different options. So incorporating another dumpster might be possible, but this is a pretty accurate investment from what has been seen in similar areas to yours. You'd be the first in the area to implement this, but for similar areas that we've done research on, it's about the fact that you'd be going in. So that would include that extra dumpster if need be, or any of the disposal costs.
So there aren't any other stores with this in my area?
No.
Okay. And how will consumers know that I'm offering crispy crunchy chicken?
Yeah, no, that's completely fair. So when you do purchase this crispy crunchy package, you do get some signage. So things like, if you flip forward a little bit, this would go inside your store. So things like, signage that says we have crispy crunchy chicken here, and some signage when we're setting it up, which will only take about 30 days. It'll say, coming soon. You can get some free different branding and convenience options. Again, you don't have to offer a big meal deal, but it's things that you can offer, and the couponage would be included in the price of signage. And then if you look on page 25 here, there's some indoor store graphics, and here's some outdoor store ones. So kind of point people to that. You have chicken here, it's available. We have breakfast here, we have Cajun flavoring here. Just a quick thing, you can go on the gas station podium, which I think is pretty cool. And on top of that, for more of the customers that like to look around on the internet, if we look on page 31, near the back here, Crispy Crunchy offers a crunchy locator. So any store that has Crispy Crunchy food service options is going to show up on that map. So people that really like the chicken, there's a couple testimonials in here, but there's some people that really are loyal to this brand. And I think that, that could drive some revenue towards you, but it could also just be, where should we eat today? It would show up on Google, it would show up because of this webpage. Does that kind of resolve that worry of having that signage?
You know, the signage is good, I mean, I guess, I don't want a bunch of signage all around the front of my store, not that I wouldn't want to do a couple promotions, there's a way I can get the word out to the local neighborhood.
Sure. So this signage is completely optional. It's to use at your, your disclosure and however little you want to use. That's completely fine. As for, getting it out to the local neighborhood, I don't know much about the nitty-gritty of your customer base or how they might be able to do that. But I know that they have an O-Hub, so if you look on page 33, Crispy Crunchy offers you kind of like a support team at all times for you to kind of utilize with real-time communication between 8 and 5, just to kind of get the word out. So maybe you have a question about how to market that product, like you said, getting the word out to the local companies or the local community. They might be able to have some more information on that, in depth. How have they succeeded in that before? How could they succeed in your market? Do you think that's something that might be useful to you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do something like that. Go back to the sales side of things.
Sure. It's an important page.
So you guys are expecting $750 per day in sales.
$750 per day in sales, yeah.
Can Crispy Crunchy or Marathon guarantee that?
Unfortunately, we can't guarantee it is anything. It's it's a business investment, but this is something that we've done a lot of research on. And like I said, I believe the resources are there that I'm confident that you could hit that, but we can't make any guarantees like anything else.
Is there anything special for being a Marathon store? Obviously, you're pitching this program that I can get with this program outside of it seems like a standard offering. Does Marathon have anything special for installing or any rebates or anything like that with this program?
Sure, so we actually do offer a $50,000 loan to kind of get you jump-started on the setup costs, as well as, some of those additional things like payroll, getting those things jump-started so it's no immediate cost to you. But they do also offer a rebate. I don't want to give you the incorrect numbering here. I apologize. I just don't want to give you the wrong number or the wrong
You
information.
can follow back up with me if you want.
Sure. So you would get a 2% rebate on all of those Crispy Crunchy products, and that is mentioned in this paragraph here. So 2% rebate on all the Crispy Crunchy locations on the purchases of that food product. So you'd be kind of getting that cash back, and
That's good.
yeah, we do want to keep you as Marathon, member and those things because you are valuable. You're a valuable piece of the Findlay community, and we think you're a great foothold to have in Marathon. So
Great.
is Hunt Brothers or Caesars kind of giving you any of these options that you're seeing here?
Yeah, really just the 7 free cases.
So
It's kind of a one-time upfront investment. There's not an ongoing rebate like that, so that rebate will be nice.
Very cool. And we do want to kind of help you improve your bottom line profit because at the end of the day, this is something you're interested in doing for the bottom line and to provide a fuller service to your consumers. But so I know we talked about the signage, we talked about the finances. What do you think so far in general?
I like the program. Definitely want to maybe look at some other locations in my area about the grease situation and do a taste test. Maybe feel a little more comfortable with installing really a grease kitchen versus a pizza kitchen in my store.
Sure. And I know it's a big investment, so I don't want to, sell you it today. But like I said, I'd like to get you in for a taste test because if you hate the chicken, then your customers are going to hate the chicken too. So how does next Tuesday work for a taste test?
Perfect.
All right, great. So peruse that at your leisure. Let me know if you have any questions in the meantime, but we can kind of discuss it in detail at that time if you're interested.
Okay.
Perfect. Well, Riley, I really appreciate the time you gave me today, and I will definitely send you a follow-up email with some of the recap here. And like I said, next Tuesday, swing by the office and we'll have all the options there for you to try.
Cool.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
You too.